Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima. Yep. Should have known I'd end up having to do this one eventually. To be fair, I didn't, because I didn't originally plan on buying this. But thanks to a very generous donation by someone who wishes to be known as Jens from Sweden, he sent me a copy of this. And yeah, I don't know whether to thank him or hit him in the face. So let's dive into Dead or Alive Xtreme 3. It's kind of hard to talk about this game without getting into the controversy behind it, so I'll go over that real quick. Games journalists are fucking idiots. This game didn't need to be on anyone's radar. Only the people who really wanted to know about it could know about it, but these journalists, in an attempt to make these sorts of games go away, instead made it appear bright in the spotlight to the point where PlayAsia, purely by the effort of selling the English version of the game, somehow managed to like double or triple its Twitter followers or something like that. So they're idiots. They're all fucking idiots. I hope that tells you enough. Gamergate is great. Anyway, options. Actually, not that much to go through here. We've got your typical audio sliders. You can choose whether or not to have the subtitles on, but you really should keep them on if you're going to buy this version. This is the English version, obviously, the Asian English version. And you can link the data. I don't even know what this refers to. So, whatever. As you can see up in the top right there, I've gone 2 hours and 8 minutes. Now, there are things that are supposed to be unlocked at the end of a vacation, but I ended my vacation 2 days early, my first vacation, because I really couldn't be bothered doing the last 2 days, and it doesn't actually unlock either of these. But to be fair, considering the rest of the content this game has, I'm pretty sure I can guess what those are. And you'll probably be able to guess what it is too. So, we are going to travel to New Zack Island. I have done one vacation with Marie Rose, and I am doing a second one now with Neo Tengu, because I tried to record this before and I fucked it up. But thankfully, there's always a second take. So, let's go to New Zack Island and get my vacation back on. So, welcome to New Zack Island. This is day 2 of the 14-day vacation, and it's currently in the morning. The main idea of the vacation is to get the girl that you've picked as happy as possible. How do you get the girl you've picked as happy as possible? Well, you do her personal missions. You can see up in the top right there that we have a mission to go do already, which is do rock climbing, but I will show you around the rest of the island first. There are multiple locations you can go to in either girl mode or owner mode. You can swap between owner mode and girl mode just by hitting select. The basic idea is you have to think of the two different modes as being two different people. If you're in girl mode, you take control of the minigames, you buy stuff with your own personal money, you buy your own personal items with your own personal money, and you gamble with your own money and you earn money by playing minigames. When you're in owner mode, you can watch the girls playing minigames, you can watch the girls and take photos of the girls, and buy unique things that the girls themselves can't buy. So, that's pretty much that whole system down in a nutshell. Again, the whole idea is to make your girls happy, so we'll just go have a quick look around first. If we go to the pool side, this is usually the place where you come to relax. And you can also save and quit here. There are also a couple of other things you can do if you're in owner mode, like take the photos of her relaxing and quit your mission just in case you find that the one you're currently on right now is too hard. That does happen from time to time. Doing those missions is actually pretty important. Not only does it make the girls happier, but it also increases your owner level. And the more levels you have in your owner level, the more stuff you can buy, and also the daytime, evening time, night time, and all that gives you more stuff to buy. And whoever you are gives you more stuff to buy. So, the other individual areas aren't exactly unique in a sense. Like, you can play different minigames at different locations. That's just the way it works, right? And the sports shop and the Zack of all trades are where you go to buy stuff. So I'll just show that off real quick. I won't bother buying anything because I don't have very much money on Neo Tengu. But as you can see, you can buy a bunch of different outfits and you can put them on the girls. And if you swap to owner mode, you can also buy stuff here. There's also different items for different characters, obviously. And you can wrap items in gift paper and send them off to the other girls to increase their likeness of the player as well. So, yeah. As you can see, you can buy a bunch of different things here. you can buy different things depending on who you're using. For example, Marie Rose has a blue RC car, so there are different items for different characters. So we'll just head on back out of the shop now. We're probably going to get a gift some point in the future, so anyway. Again, the day is split into 3 phases. There's morning and evening, which are roughly the same thing, except the girls are in different places at different times, and again, you can buy different items at different times. And then there's nighttime, which basically only lets you go to the casino. So we'll go to Tranquil Beach and we'll do the rock climbing minigame, because that's the current mission at the moment. And there's about 5 or 6 of these minigames, and what's here, while well polished, is basically non-existent in terms of gameplay content. There's basically nothing here, and you're about to see why. So we press circle to start, and what the game's going to do is give us button prompts to press. We press them perfectly and we get bonus points. This is exceedingly dangerous. Like, Jesus, how high is this wall? If she falls, she's dead. She is dead. Her head will snap clean off. Like a Gundam piece that you pull on too hard. A Gunpla piece you pull on too hard, I apologize. So disappointing. It would be a waste of such lovely assets. That's probably a sexist thing to say, but it's just like, come on. You'd miss that ass if it fell off a cliff and nobody ever saw it again. But anyway, that's the idea of the minigames, basically. I'll show as many as I can, but I don't want this video to be too long because this is seriously kind of ridiculous. But you can see what the obvious point of this game is at the moment. So you earn money by completing minigames and stuff like that. The better you do, the more money you get. But you can obviously see what the purpose is of this game. Right now, just playing it right here. And that is the titillation. And to be fair, if you don't pay too close attention to anything going on in the background, which is, to be fair, a lot easier when you're playing it on the Vita screen. If you're playing it like, well, if it's blown up here, as you can see, like just, you know, on the YouTube video in general, stuff looks a lot worse, but if you look at it on the Vita screen, it's actually a lot better. Everything looks a lot more smooth, and it's still really impressive. But anyway, we're going to go play pool hopping now, because that's the objective. This is one of those games you can play with either your partner or another girl who's there at the time. And you can offer gifts to girls, and you can play tug of war and butt battle. We'll probably get into them soon enough. But right now, let's play some pool hopping. This is another extremely simple minigame. So basically, if it's a small gap, you press the button slightly, and if it's a long gap, you just you press the button slightly, and if it's a long splat. I'm not very good at this game, honestly. I think I need to learn how to skip to the next platform. But was it required that I win that activity? Yeah, it was. All right. Well, we won't play that again. I will go and quit that mission just so I have another reason to go do something else. So yeah, I can quit the mission and it'll abort this mission. Unfortunately, it means she won't be very satisfied, but, you know, screw you, little girl. So let's go play yet another minigame. We'll play butt battle. Why not, right? Fucking butt battle. This is the most ridiculous thing. This is another extremely simple minigame. You use the circle button to hit the other girl's ass with your ass. And try not to do what I just did there. But basically, you press the circle button to hit it. You can dodge out of the way by double tapping on the D-pad or the analog stick. But it doesn't seem to do that much, which is very strange. And the idea is, if it's not entirely obvious, you gotta knock them off. But for some reason, I just got thrown halfway across the fucking platform and lost immediately. I'm not entirely sure why that happened, honestly, but there you go. So that was butt battle in a nutshell. Very, very simple. Now, when you go back to your hotel room, I'm being told to go to the casino and play poker. That's actually perfect. But As you can see, I got a gift there, and I can choose to either open this gift for the girl here, or I can send it off. I'm going to send off a couple of gifts. So, hi Marie, you can have this. I don't even know what's in it, so it's like they might hate what I send them, but oh well, right? You can also package up other things to send to the other girls, and they might like them. You never know. You can also go to the owner shop to buy things like limited edition swimsuits, and there are premium tickets that you would be able to buy normally, but again, premium tickets are something you can only buy on the PlayStation Store, so it's a bit of a pain in the ass, honestly. But yeah, as you can see, you can get all sorts of different kinds of bikinis and yada yada yada. So another kind of mini game is the casino. The casino is a very, very simple implementation of 3 different casino games. We'll go play poker, and then we'll play blackjack, and then we'll play, well, we won't play roulette, but I'll explain how it works. So, it's 5-card hold. That's basically all there is to say about it. I think all the different girls have, like, different personalities of how they would play. I'm gonna see if I can get an 8. Damn. All the girls have different personalities of how they play poker and blackjack, I think. Like, I've noticed there was one girl whose name I can't recall off the top of my head, being... I've got absolutely nothing. Why am I even calling? One of the girls tends to bet big and bluff big, basically no matter what, right? So she'll bet big, bluff big, and basically lose big as well. So I'm willing to bet they've all got relatively different personalities about how they play the game. What the odd thing is that the card deck is made up entirely of characters wearing different outfits. It's like, okay. Unfortunately, it's not a very satisfying poker game, mainly because you can't, like, bust out the other players or anything. So it's like... So it's basically, what's the point? Like, I really enjoyed Poker Night, the inventory, for being the simple game that it was, but this game just, like, but that game had a lot of depth in its poker because there was a lot of different things you could do, and you could actually bust out the other players and stuff like that, but it just feels meaningless when you're playing it when you can't make the other players bust out. Blackjack works exactly how you expect, so I'll play one hand, and we'll just continue on. You gotta try and beat the dealer. The other girls basically have nothing else to do with this, so I will stand. To be fair though, the production values in this game are actually really nice. That looks like a Tifa knockoff outfit there. The production values in this game are actually really nice, especially even when you're not focusing on the girls, the production values are actually really good. Everything looks nice, there's a ton of voice clips and all that throughout the whole game, and the pictures are lovely, and it's all nice to look at and all that, but as I'm going to show via just generally by showing off the whole game, it's just so fucking insubstantial. It's just there's 0 point to any of it. But anyway, this is roulette. Basically, you place bets wherever you want on the board, depending on where you think the ball is going to land, and you'll win money depending on if you got the thing in the right place or not. He eventually just calls no more bets and you have to go through. You can't force it to call no more bets, which is really annoying. You can't just bet on something and then just be like, hey, let me just roll right away, please. But yeah. That's all 3 of the casino things in a nutshell. Gets boring in about 5 minutes. When you're back in your bedroom, you can go to sleep immediately and just wake up the next day early in the morning, or you can sleep in until the evening, but you'll lose whatever partnership you've got. I've got a partnership with, I think it was Honoka at the moment. Not entirely sure what it accomplishes, honestly. It's just a bit odd. Like, I think it might raise your owner level enjoyment thing with them faster, but yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so it's telling us to go play beach flags now, so that's actually a pretty good opportunity to play beach flags. So let's go do that. Beach flags, again, is an extremely simple game. You just wait for the go. You hammer the X button. And when you get close to the flag, press circle. And you'll dive right in at it. And that's the whole game. Again, more money if you do better. Play any activity in goal mode. That's good. So we can actually go play anything we want right now. So I think I'll do tug of war. Tug of war, again, extremely simple. You can either pull on the rope or feint by doing pull on the rope with left, feint with right, and tap X to recover. So, yeah. Again, it's not really that hard. I mean, the AI obviously gets harder if you play on the harder difficulties, obviously, but, I mean, Jesus. It's so simple. It's really got nothing to it. It seems so exploitable. Only reason I don't exploit it is because I haven't played this goddamn game long enough to figure out how to exploit it. I think there's one more game we can play. It's beach volleyball, I'm pretty sure. We've played beach flags. We've played pool hopping, bub battle, and tug of war. We've done rock climbing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure beach volleyball is the only thing left. So we'll go play some beach volleyball. Beach volleyball is arguably the most complex game that the game's got. And by arguably, I mean definitely, because it really is the most complex thing the game's got. So I just need to remind myself of the controls a little bit. But basically, here's the drill. So you've got a bunch of different kinds of serves. You can move your partner as well, if you feel like it. And then, once you've got the ball, once you're getting the ball, you've got a bunch of different things here that you can do to do all that. But it's still pretty simple. I do suck at it, admittedly. But the game... Shit. The game basically does tell you... Like, it gives you a hint about what order you press the buttons in for basically every move in the game. Shit. I'm really getting my ass into me. I hate this camera angle because it makes it really hard to tell where the ball's going to come in. It's kind of frustrating, honestly. I'm really sucking at this. Her bikini has handprints on it. It's actually kind of neat. Up and over it goes. God. Sometimes it feels like the partner really isn't doing anything at all. Like, let's just watch this replay. See, it felt like it was her job. Come on. I am losing so badly at this. What the fuck? Why did the camera turn there? What was that about? Yay, they actually scored on themselves. The only time I can score at beach volleyball is when they score on themselves. Basically, this game goes until one team gets 7 points or it's 6v6, at which point there's a tiebreaker. But yeah, it's still just a... What was that? Come on. But yeah, that's basically the entire point of beach volleyball. It's still a really simple game, honestly. And this is the most complex game that there is in the entire thing. It's like... What? I'd be amazed if I did a comeback victory based purely on them scoring points against themselves. Never mind! But yeah, as you can see, I got a lot of points with the other girls. Now it's gonna go to the... Now it's gonna go back to the, what's the word? The bedroom, and then we get more gifts to hand out. I got a gift from Marie and Helena, so we can actually go and like send those right back out. So I'm gonna do that because like why not, right? So we'll go to bed and then we'll wake up tomorrow and then I can show off what you're really here for. So everything I've done up to now has been through girl mode, which is basically you're playing the role of the girls. Now let me show you what owner mode is like. Owner mode is exactly what it sounds like. You're trying to be the owner of the place. And now it's time to show you what the photo section is like. So you notice that it's like a canned cutscene animation thing going on here. But as soon as I press a button, I can control the camera. And there are multiple ways you can control the camera. In fact, let me show you all of them right now. That's basically all you can do. There are probably more, like, different cameras and stuff that you can... Never mind. There are more cameras and stuff you can get later on, like there is a tilt shift camera. But yeah, that's basically it, right? So, that's basically the entire point. If we go back, we can go and check out another activity. So maybe we will go to Tranquil Beach and we'll take a photo of beach volleyball. Now we hit the buttons. We hit the buttons, and now we are in complete control. We can move the camera, we can tilt it, we can do whatever we feel like with it. This works on pretty much every activity in the game. You want to get photos of the girls rock climbing? You can do that. You want to get photos of them relaxing by the pool? You can do that. You want to get photos of them doing, well, pretty much anything really. All yours. If you press the R button to actually take the photo, it'll save it to your Vita's photos section. So you can use them as like wallpapers or whatever the hell you feel like. I want to skip to the end of that because I'm not making you sit through the entire thing like that there. Unfortunately, I had to go through the entire activity to do the entire thing. So, yeah. Unfortunately, I can't take photos of any of the other girls relaxing, but if I go and take a photo over here... Yep. There are apparently things like wardrobe malfunctions that can happen from time to time, and other ridiculous things like that. But I haven't had any of those happen to me. I'm not entirely sure how to trigger them. The game's trophy list implies you can trigger them somehow. And that's basically it. Like, in this 25 minutes, I have showed you literally everything this game has to offer. You can watch them doing whatever you feel like, or you can take part in extremely lightweight mini games of them doing whatever they like, right? Like, I can even take a photo right here. It's quite unfortunate that their hair tends to clip through their shoulders and the dress tends to go everywhere and all that, because it kind of takes away from the beauty of the scene. So yeah, that is basically the entirety of Dead or Alive Xtreme 3. So let me explain to you how the rest of this game works, basically. So the idea is that you have to go through multiple of these vacations, right? There's a trophy for going through every vacation with all of them, and there's also multiple trophies for, like, taking different events and mini games and all that. But the whole game is basically a big repetitive grind, because you have to take every girl on vacation multiple times. You have to find what they like and what they don't like. You have to give them items in order to get their like level all the way up. You have to get their satisfaction all the way up. It's a little... It's not even a little... It's extremely repetitive. Like, this could not be any more repetitive if you tried. It's just... I mean, God almighty, it's... one of the most repetitive things I've ever seen. You're basically here for the... You're basically here for the owner mode. Like, let's admit it. You're here for the ability to go perving on arguably some of the most beautiful girls ever rendered in software. And you know what? That is not a terrible thing. It has never been a terrible thing to perv on fictional women. Just don't admit that what you're doing is anything else. Just don't admit even for a second that's not what you're not here to do that. But it's just, why is it so expensive? Why is this a full retail game? They made a free-to-play version of this. That was extremely quick. They made a free-to-play version of this game, and that makes a ton more sense than making it a full retail game. You could make this like a $10 base package, and then charge like a couple of bucks for more than a couple of girls. It makes perfect sense to me, so I don't know why they made this a full retail game, because if you're in this for anything other than perving on some of the most beautiful virtual girls that have ever been rendered via technology, why are you buying this? Honestly, why? It's just, I don't see the point. But then again, people who buy these sorts of games don't buy them for the gameplay. And while I have absolutely no problem with that, I gotta at least have some gameplay to keep me interested. Like, I've actually played a game called Sexy Beach Zero. I'm not even kidding. It's a full-on, like, hentai game. I've downloaded a few of those in my day because curiosity killed the cat, right? And that has more gameplay than this. I'm not even joking. It's more interesting than this game. So, yeah. If you want to spend tens of hours perving on virtual girls and trying to get them to like you a lot, and hell, even trying to get things like wardrobe malfunctions to happen, you go right ahead. I'm pretty sure they actually modded this game, like, the day it came out on PS4 in Japan, just so you could actually see, like, nipples and stuff. It was ridiculous. Like, get this. The creator of Dead or Alive has actively said he doesn't like nude mods because he sees the girls as his daughters. And he allows this to happen. It's... like, I don't know, it feels a bit hypocritical, honestly. But yeah, that's basically it. That is the absolute entirety of... That's the absolute entirety of Dead or Alive Xtreme 3 in a nutshell. The absolute entirety. There is nothing else. I haven't left anything out. There are virtual pictograms. There are special events that can happen from time to time. There is plenty of other things. Like tiny little events that can happen. But the majority of the game has been laid out in this 30-minute video for you. Do you want to perv on a bunch of virtual girls? Absolutely nothing wrong with that. If you do, PlayAsia has got this game for you. If you don't, why didn't you turn this video off like 15 minutes ago? Why didn't you turn it off when I started trying to get as close as possible to these ladies' breasts and crotches? Why didn't you? Why didn't you do anything like that? I honestly don't understand why you stuck around for so long. That's basically it. Like, I have literally nothing else to show you. That's why I'm just pissing around in the photo mode. That was Dead or Alive Xtreme 3. This is Venus, isn't it? The PS4 version is called Fortune. Only worth it if you absolutely need to be perving on some virtual girls. Very well put together, though. I will say that. Like, it's a very beautiful game. It takes advantage of the Vita hardware and stuff really well. It's just... I would have taken Dead or Alive 5 last round over this any day. So, yeah. This has been Blue Maxima, and I'll see you all next time.